Few countries have struggled with development like Haiti. Since breaking free from French colonial rule over 2 centuries ago, the Caribbean state has weathered multiple foreign interventions, chronic political instability, and devastating natural disasters. The confluence of these forces has transformed what was once the wealthiest colony in the Americas into the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. The United States has had a long and troubled history with Haiti, including a nearly 20-year, sometimes bloody, occupation in the early 20th century. Despite an often rocky relationship, the two countries maintain close economic and social ties, although bilateral relationships were strained under President Donald Trump. During his tenure, Trump sought to restrict immigration from Haiti, and while President Joe Biden promised a new approach toward the country, the assassination of Haiti's president, widespread civil unrest, and a worsening economic crisis has challenged U.S. policy on multiple fronts. Spanish settlers arrived on the island of Hispaniola, which compromises modern-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic in 1492. Within a quarter century, diseases brought by Europeans such as smallpox and measles decimated the indigenous Taino population. Over the next 3 centuries, European colonizers imported hundreds of thousands of enslaved people from Western and Central Africa to harvest sugar, coffee, and timber, all lucrative exports. In the early 1600s, French traders established an outpost on the western third of the island, which Paris annexed as the colony of Saint-Domingue several decades later. In the late 1700s, Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines, both formerly enslaved, led a rebellion against French rule that culminated with the creation of Haiti in 1804. The first post-colonial Black republic, Haiti became a beacon of abolition, self-determination, and racial equality. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. More than half the population lives under the poverty line, and many people rely on subsistence farming to feed their families. The country is also heavily dependent on external revenue. Between 2010 and 2020, the United Nations allocated more than $13 billion in international aid for Haiti, most of which has funded disaster relief missions and development programs. Meanwhile, remittances from the Haitian diaspora have steadily risen over the last few years, totaling a record $3.8 billion PDF in 2020, or nearly 24% of Haiti's gross domestic product, GDP. Since 2010, trade has composed 43% of Haiti's GDP on average. The country's major industries include sugar refining, flour milling, and cement and textile manufacturing. Textiles accounted for about 86% of all exports in 2020. The United States is Haiti's largest trade partner, followed by Canada and Mexico. In recent years, natural disasters, disease, political instability, mismanagement of humanitarian relief, and a depreciation of the gourd, Haiti's currency, have strained the economy. Tourism, once a vibrant sector, has declined. Compared to a record 1.3 million tourists in 2018, which drew in $620 million, Haiti welcomed only 938,000 travelers in 2019. The same year, the neighboring Dominican Republic welcomed nearly 7.6 million tourists. However, the COVID-19 pandemic significantly reduced travel and economic activity in both countries. International lenders canceled Haiti's debt following a massive earthquake in 2010, but its borrowing has since risen to about $3.5 billion, including nearly $2 billion from PetroCaribe, the Venezuela-led regional alliance that offers its members subsidized oil. Further upheaval, including an escalating protest movement in 2021, the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse, back-to-back natural disasters in July and August 2021, and a rampant gang violence has placed further stress on the country's economic situation. Please, Don't forget to like and share, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think in the comment section.